What is up, fellow bench warmers? This is your daily fantasy quickie. What's up, guys? It's another day, another quickie for us. It's probably gonna be a short quickie because we just had 3 games today. I'm your host JJT with Commish. Commish, just 3 games today. Not much really going on. Well, other than the Philly lost another of their starter. Steph Curry was out though. It's not COVID, but yeah, probably rest. Hopefully, it's nothing serious.
It's Seth Curry's is the foot contusion. So there's a bruise in his foot. So I don't think it's serious, but it might be serious enough because they're missing players and he still had to miss the game. So either that or maybe they're thinking it's Milwaukee. Chances are, they would lose anyway. Yeah, but I mean, I don't think that it's that. I think there's an injury. Maybe it's not that serious. They just wanted him to rest. But Philly is having some sort of luck. Good news though, Tobias Harris is about to come back. If not the last game of this week, maybe the first game of next week, he's gonna be back. So that's good news for Tobias Harris owners.
Philly gave Milwaukee some good fight today. Despite being very, undermanned.
Yes, maybe we can talk about some returning players first. So yeah, because instead of injured players, we can talk about returning players and how they can impact. Like Dillon Brooks is practicing soon, and I think maybe by early next week he's also gonna be returning.
Yeah.
So
what does that mean for players like Melton, Desmond Bain,
Kyle Anderson?
Yeah, and Kyle Anderson as well. Do you think he gets a start?
The coach said he's gonna start. So their coach, I don't know, Taylor Jenkins or whatever his name is, did say that he's gonna start regardless of what happens. I guess he likes him. He's their leader, I think, emotional leader and stuff. So I think he said he's gonna start. So he will start. Clearly, it's Melton. For me, it's
I was
Melton
just about to say
go to the bench.
That's gonna be most likely he's gonna probably take the place of Melton because that's how they've always been, right? I mean, even last year, it's pretty much this lineup, right? The difference is they just have Steven Adams instead of Valanciunas, and Desmond Bain had to start in some games last year, so.
The problem with Melton coming off the bench is not really, it's not starting. It's a problem that he's a point guard, shooting guard. If he's gonna be the backup of Ja Morant, backup of Desmond Bain, he'll get minutes. He'll get 25 to 28 minutes even off the bench. But they have Tyus Jones, who actually has been quite good this year. Quietly good. I mean, not fantasy relevant, but he's been solid sixth man for the Grizzlies. I don't know if Melton goes to the bench, if they're still gonna play Melton and Jones together, because they're gonna do that, Melton will really be a big. It's gonna be a big loss for Melton. It's gonna be the direct hit, I think, of Dillon Brooks.
Yeah, Melton's best case is 6-man, rosterable in maybe 14 above only. Because now he's you could still hold him in a 12-team league. But probably when Dillon Brooks comes back and gets himself, in the groove, he'll probably be just a 12-team player. 14, he'll probably just be a 14-team and up type of player. And at times, if it's like last season, there would be times that you'll probably drop him from time to time. I mean, that happens with Melton a lot of times.
I hope that this year he's not going to be dropped. It's more of he's going to be a low end hold in your teams. I don't think he's going to be dropped. I think it's going to be a Pat Bev type. The numbers of Pat Bev yesterday that we talked about, 7-4-5 with a block and steal. I think he can do that. Do that. That's not, what we're expecting from him now or getting from him. Yeah, not what we're getting from him now. So, well, let's see. Melton's Siakam has already returned, so we've seen that there's already the things we talked about happened. The usage, the everything. Now Melton, now Dillon Brooks, and then the others like Kobe White, who I think has some effect also with the players like Javante Green, who's actually been starting for them. So it's probably gonna be affected with Kobe coming in.
Yeah,
I think Caruso maybe a little.
Yeah, but Caruso is pretty much low end, and one regret I have is I dropped Cole Anthony for Caruso. Before the start of the season. In fairness to me, it was before the start of the season, and even at the start of the season, Cole Anthony wasn't even that good yet.
Yeah.
So but looking back. One major regret there because I got Cole Anthony for $1. Anyway, who else are coming back? That's it. Pretty much.
Basically, that's it. So far, that's it.
All right. So let's talk about the games today. Milwaukee and Philly. Andre Drummond showed up once again.
Yes. He's really good. He's a really good fantasy player. He's not good. He's good fantasy-wise. And he has 45 rebounds, as I said, these past 2 games. I don't know how many more rebounds he's going to get until Embiid comes back. But I'm just imagining if you hold him in Roto, you can just gain back the rebounds, your deficit in rebounds in these 2 weeks. So I hope you remember these games. Don't drop him if Embiid comes back. Hello? Are you still there? You're muted.
Yep. All right.
There.
Sorry. Okay, I'm back. We're good?
Yes. I can hear you.
Okay.
We just talked about Drummond and how not to drop him when Embiid comes back.
Yeah.
I think that's the key there.
And I was just about to say Milwaukee is not even a small team, right? They're a big team, and
they had Giannis.
Getting that many rebounds is already impressive against a team like Milwaukee.
Yes, that's true. We Drummond is has been a great rebounder ever since. So these 14-20, 13-20 games, those are gonna be standard for him. Plus, remember, there's Sixers. The Sixers are the small team because they don't have Embiid and Tobias, so they're a small team.
They're a small
so
team.
All the rebounds will basically be falling to Drummond. And remember, the other power forward there is George Niang, who's really basically a spot up shooter that is kind of big, kind of big spot up shooter. So he's not really gonna be getting a lot of rebounds either. So all the rebounds will be going to Drummond.
Yeah.
So that's one reason why.
So we've warned you, don't drop your Drummonds even when Embiid comes back fully healthy, because as we said, it's either he's a handcuff player. If he's not even a handcuff player for you, we all know about Embiid's injury history and rest. And with the way Philly has been playing, they've been playing great. They lost today, but the game was great. They were there until the end. So they might, there's a chance that, they could ease Embiid more and load manage him a bit. I'm not saying they're going to do it, but of course, if you're winning and your player is one of the most fragile player out there, you're going to be careful.
Yes, that's true. And for this week also, for the Sixers this week, I think if you got Korkmaz, I know a lot of people, I've seen the post.
Oh my, 2 out of 18. I have a few Korkmaz out there. And I just told myself, good news is, forget about the field goal.
Yeah. I mean, the good news is he got 45 minutes. They played 7 men basically today. And he played 45 minutes. He took 18 attempts. He got 5 rebounds, 5 assists. If he just made at least 3 or 4 more attempts, that's still bad, but his line would be maybe 15, 16 points all of a sudden. So, these things happen because he's a shooter. And he's not afraid to shoot. He's not Ben Simmons.
Not afraid. And I've watched the game.
Afraid.
And sometimes I feel like he is Steph. He is shooting off the curls, off the screens, any opening he gets, he just throws it.
His usage was through the roof today. He was
true.
Just,
to take 18 shots.
Well, in fairness to him, he played 45 minutes, and I mean, what is he gonna do on the court? I mean, that's all he does. He's a shooter, so he's gonna take at least a shot every minute, right? I mean, a shot every 2 minutes at least, right? So that's expected. That's why people sometimes they get frustrated because their dream did not work out, so they drop them right away. Example is Paul Reed. Just talk about since we're in this game. Paul Reed yesterday played 4 minutes, and then some people dropped him, but not
today
looking
started.
not thinking that he's actually gonna have a back-to-back.
Yeah.
And plus tomorrow you don't have to drop him after this game either. Tomorrow you have a complete roster. So just keep him on your bench and then just play him the whole week, even if he just plays 8 minutes again and then on Friday, because you will save yourself a move if you do that.
Save
right?
yourself
even
a
if
move.
He has duds.
Plus, if there's really no one there that you're sure of, I guess, at least Paul Reed is gonna play somehow with a very thin lineup of Philadelphia.
Well, yesterday we played 4 minutes, so
True.
That was discouraging.
And today it was a big. They were against a big team.
I think their next game is Miami. I'm not too sure, but I think it's Miami. If that is the case, Paul might still get minutes, and especially if Seth is not going to play.
We'll see. I mean, the worst case, if he gives you a steal in a block or a couple of steals and a couple of blocks, then that's already good.
If he gets 24 minutes, he's going to do that. Today, 3 steals, 2 blocks, 24 minutes.
Yeah.
So if he gives you even just 16 to 20 minutes, he's going to do that. He's a guy who can rack up those steals and blocks. So Paul Reed is one. And then in the Milwaukee side, we can talk about...
let's talk about Maxey first, I guess.
Maxey, yeah, okay.
Yeah, Tyrese Maxey played, I think had 31.
Yeah.
31 points a day. It was really hot in terms of, shooting the ball. Well,
if you watch the game, I don't see anybody else creating for Philly. Maxey, they were going up and down because they wanted to get easy shots. Because if they're gonna go to the half court sets, they'll not be able to get good shots.
Yeah,
they just don't have enough talent to do that in the half court set. So, I think Maxey again would be very, very good.
All right, we are back. All right, we were talking about Maxey. And Maxey.
I don't know until when you got. Did you get what I said about Maxey?
Well, let's just redo it. Maxey, anyway, was good today, but of course there was really no one there for them, who can create shots, right? Mostly Korkmaz is a shooter, Niang is a shooter. Drummond is really not relied upon when it comes to creating shots, and Danny Green is a shooter, so there's really not much there who can create shots like Maxey does. So he's gonna get you mentioned he's gonna get all the usage and all the scoring opportunities to create.
Yes, and I think he's a sell high guy. That's the basis what I want to say. Maxey, add him to let's say Miles Bridges, maybe, if you have him, or maybe somebody else who's hot, to get someone higher. I think that's the strategy with Maxey.
Yeah. Looking looking now on the other side with the Milwaukee side, Bobby Portis played well. We always told you to, just keep Bobby Portis there, hold him. He did well today. I think he had 19 points.
Mm-hmm.
Grayson Allen played well. He's the usual reliable 3-point shooter that you need. And Jrue, yeah.
But Grayson, I think, is like Maxi should be shopped, should be added in the +1 deals. I think Grayson will lose a lot when the Middleton return. Dante.
When Middleton returned, I think more of Dante. When Middleton was there early in the season, he was still getting his shots. I mean, he still gets two to three 3-pointers, or maybe 4 3-pointers a game if he's hot. But Dante would be another story. Dante, that's the one player we are not sure how it could impact Grayson.
Yes, that's true. Although I think even if Grayson will still start with Middleton coming back, I doubt that the 3.4 threes will hold. I don't think that will happen. He's been shooting a little good this year. I believe maybe 2 3-pointers, as you said, could be reachable for Grayson, but that puts him way down from top 50 to past 100.
He's definitely not going to be top 50, and yes, for sure. That's way too high for someone like Grayson Allen, whose specialty is just to shoot threes, right? So another player slowly getting his groove, Jrue Holiday, did not shoot well, and you get this from Jrue from time to time, like the bad field goal, but he will contribute across the board like he did today.
Jrue is buy low on the opposite spectrum. Remember, sprained ankle twice. I think he was out, and then he played, and then he was out again. So that will take time for him to be able to be 100% again. Buy low for sure. I don't know if a Darius Garland will be enough. I think it could be enough to get him. I like Garland. I love Garland, but I feel like Jrue would still have the better season between the two of them. Like, that's an example that you can go. Maybe Jordan Poole.
Try. Yeah.
I mean, I won't agree to a Poole for Jrue trade if I own Jrue Holiday.
That's gonna pass. That's not gonna get passed in a league, especially if it's a league votes thing. That's hard. That's hard to sell. That's hard to sell. I've seen lots of trades.
Really.
That's gonna be hard to sell.
Not really.
No, that's gonna be hard to sell.
I don't. I mean, it's hard. I don't think. I mean, if you offer Jordan Poole for Jrue Holiday, out of 10 times you offer that, maybe the manager would agree maybe once or twice.
Yeah.
Only one or two out of 10, but it's possible. It's maybe very possible.
Maybe a Poole +1. I mean,
I don't think so. I mean, we play in leagues that managers know what they're doing, but there are a lot of leagues where managers just don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
That's why we think it's not gonna pass in our league, but in most of their leagues, I think it could. It could, especially with Poole playing like this. If the early part of Poole, maybe not, but maybe this kind of Poole, maybe another player, Scotty Barnes.
Yeah,
Scotty Barnes.
That's something that's easier to sell. That's something that's
yes. That one.
He's a proven fantasy contributor already. I mean, Poole has been up and down so far, unless he gets more consistency. But Scotty Barnes, even if he doesn't score, he'll get something from him. So yeah, maybe that could work. That could work. That's the Milwaukee Philly side. Hopefully we got past the internet issues. But Atlanta and Utah, as always, boring as boring as it can get. Nothing to see really in Utah, but Donovan was still Donovan. Gobert is still the double guy that you expect.
Rudy Gobert, and then maybe we can just talk about Mike Conley for one. Joe Ingles is another one we can talk about. And the question is, what do you do with Mike Conley? Mike Conley is a top 40 guy this year.
Yeah.
Top 40.
because they
doesn't
haven't
play
had that
back-to-back.
much back-to-back yet. They haven't had much
They had
back-to-back.
two. They had
Yeah,
two
just two
already. And they
games.
have
I mean,
17. And they have
they have
17,
17 more.
guys.
Yeah. They have
No, they have
15 more.
they,
15 more.
15 more. 15 more. So what
Yeah.
to do? I mean, I think he's an easy sell, but don't sell him right after a back-to-back rest. That's not a smart thing to do. Just let him play out and have 2 to 3 straight games of playing and then sell him. Well, Joe Ingles, on the other hand, I don't think he's worth a standard league roster at this point.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to sell Conley in a one-on-one trade. I think that's gonna be difficult unless you're trying to get a player also with risk, right? Like possibly a fragile player but healthy at the moment, right? But maybe easier to just package him with another player.
Yes, I'll give some names for Conley. I think like an Isaiah Stewart in a needs trade that could fly.
Yeah,
I think that could fly. But after that, let's say a struggling Evan Fournier. I think you could get that.
Yeah.
At this point of Evan Fournier's performance,
That's not
you can
bad
get
anymore.
that.
That's not bad. Yeah.
And a little bit of Daniel Gafford. I believe the Gafford owners are not happy, and if they have other shot blockers, they would say, "Screw this guy. He's just gonna give me blocks. Conley will give me much more. Conley will be top 60, 70 guy when it's said and done." So those are the deals that you can do with Conley.
Yeah,
I think.
It Conley, despite missing back-to-backs, is not really a bad fantasy player. I mean, the games he plays, he's gonna be solid. It's not like,
for sure.
It's not like the usual comparison I give is like Kemba. If Kemba is like playing the way he is now, and then he's gonna miss back-to-back, he's really a very low-end player at this point. Conley is not like that. Conley is a contributor even when he plays.
Yes.
It's just that he will miss back-to-back. And in the long term, that might, help the longevity of Conley, meaning he won't miss several weeks of games. At least you're kind of, know what to expect already with Conley. So there, on the Atlanta
I just have
side,
somebody in Utah, somebody to mention. Rudy Gay is about to come back also. Rudy Gay, people have forgotten about him, but he's not a bad player. So I'm not interested in Rudy Gay. I'm just saying that Hassan Whiteside, I don't know if Hassan will be affected by Rudy Gay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's possible that Rudy Gay at this point is already a power forward, but it's possible that maybe they play small ball more if they have Rudy Gay there.
Yeah.
And, have Bogdan, Royce O'Neal play small ball 5. Bojan, not Bogdan, Bojan. So that's something to monitor for Hassan owners.
Yeah.
Just to bring that out there.
But that doesn't mean that you have to drop your Hassan at this point. Means we don't know what will happen, and it's a wait and see thing for the Utah side. For Atlanta, Bogdan missed today's game. DeAndre Hunter missed another game. Yeah, I mean, DeAndre Hunter has been dropped in a lot of leagues already, so I don't mind. I dropped a lot of my DeAndre Hunters. Just not enough usage there for a very deep team like Atlanta. Bogdan, though, has been struggling. Not really what I expected from him. Of course, obviously, you won't drop Bogdan. But yeah, a little concerning, I guess.
A lot of people are actually asking about dropping Bogdan. So it's not a given that they won't drop Bogdan. I think some people are thinking of dropping Bogdan.
In the 12th
for
team,
me, I'll keep.
Possibly.
Yeah. But I think you just have to be patient with Bogdan because he's a notoriously slow starter.
Yeah.
So, and he has some issues health-wise. So he's not 100%, obviously. So you have to give him cut him some slack. But in Atlanta right now, among the wings, I'm really just confident with owning Bogdan. The others, I'm not too interested.
Played well, but again, Huerter's gonna be the first guy off the bench or the first guy they'll start if DeAndre Hunter misses games or Bogdan misses games. He's the first guy out there, so he'll get some opportunities.
Huerter needs a trade. And he's good. He got paid, but he needs a trade. He's not gonna do anything in Atlanta at this point.
Yeah, because of the
how deep Atlanta is.
Because of the depth of Atlanta. That's the second game, Utah and Atlanta. The last game is Portland and the Clippers. A good game as well. It's Lillard versus Paul George. Lillard starting to pick it up, but it looks like he's still being bothered, but at least he got 27 points today. Something that Lillard owners would be quite happy about.
Did you see the layup that we were talking about?
No, I didn't watch this game in particular.
Because I actually saw it live, and when he shot the layup, I mean he got away and he shot the layup. When he went down, I didn't know if he was smiling, laughing, or what. And then when they panned the camera to him, he was holding his stomach.
Yeah.
And then they replayed it, and then the announcers were saying, "I got hit," and then the other announcer said there was no contact. He just touched his abdomen when he landed. So I guess that's a big news nowadays, especially Lillard is a very controversial player.
We've heard some Lillard injury rumors that hasn't been confirmed by Portland. So there's really we're not sure if he's really having some health issues or
I think Lillard confirmed it. He confirmed that
did?
he
he confirmed it in an interview.
Yes, he did. He confirmed that he's experiencing some problems with the abdomen. Although he said that he has been experiencing this every year. So it's nothing major for him. It's not something serious or anything. But I don't believe him. Obviously, it's something that's worse than before. Obviously, it could
be to be the wear and tear. He also went to the Olympics, and that's mileage for a player like him.
That's where he tweaked it. Yeah, in the Olympics.
Yeah, and so, plus of course the mileage that you got instead of getting rested and all. Could be worrying. If you're a Dame owner, I'm not sure how you're gonna sell Dame at this point. How low or how bad it can get, but yeah.
He's playing better. He's playing better. That's the most important part.
Probably the more positive news here. He's playing better. If he scores 27 a game, that's good enough. I mean, 11 for 23 is not bad. I mean, for a scorer.
Yes.
Right? And he's averaging like 8.5. Okay. I think he's averaging like 8.5 assists per game. So one assist better than last year. So I think he just needs to get those percentages up at this point.
Yeah. And
that's pretty much it.
Abdomen.
Yeah.
Don't aggravate it. You know what makes me worried? Seeing LeBron,
but LeBron's 36. I mean,
doesn't matter. I mean, a strain is a strain. I don't know if it's the same injury. It just made me rethink, because I saw that somebody said that the abdomen strain, it's hard to play through it in 1 to 2 months and that made me rethink. But before LeBron's injury, I was confident that I think Lillard's gonna play through this. But I still think he's gonna play through this. I don't think he's gonna have surgery. Not this season, at least. Maybe off season.
LeBron's 36 and it takes more time to recover, I guess, compared to Lillard. Who are the other guys? CJ McCollum. How did he play? I
struggling.
Second game. This is the second game, I guess. That he has struggled. The only constant so far has been Norm Powell, who's been shooting really well.
Actually, CJ has been struggling for a couple of games already, and I believe you can really target him in trades. I I'll put out the hot name players and then try to see if the manager
Would agree.
would agree. Because CJ,
Throw
the
out some
upside
names
is
here.
there.
Throw out some names.
Some names. I would say again. I'm gonna go Scotty Barnes because I like to trade Scotty Barnes already right now. I think it's the right time to trade him. I feel like 2 or 3 more games with Siakam would be killing his fantasy
Value.
outlook. Cole Anthony. Cole Anthony. It might not be high enough, but it's good for me. If I have Cole and I offer and I try to get CJ and the manager agrees, I'm gonna go for it. It might not be high
It's
enough
too
because some people
low.
will say, maybe will say go higher. But for me, I'll take CJ.
Cole
I'll
Anthony
take
plus
CJ
one.
every day.
Of course, everyone's gonna take CJ if it's a one-on-one with Cole Anthony.
It's too low in the sense that if you have Cole, you can aim higher. That's what other people believe. We can aim higher than CJ McCollum. If you own Cole Anthony,
Yeah, Cole Anthony's
I mean,
top 30 right now. So yeah.
Yeah. So people will say, why not SGA? Why not Brandon Ingram? Those kinds of players. But I think those are hard to pull off. But I think
those are
CJ
hard to
McCollum might
pull
be
off
able
in a
to.
very competitive league, right? So I think, Cole plus maybe another, solid player. Maybe your
No, that's why I'm telling you. These
Barnes
are
is easy sell.
deals.
I think Barnes is an easy sell because of the upside.
Yeah, but I think Cole Anthony for CJ is actually a good deal for the Cole Anthony owner. Do it, guys, and thank me later. Do it and thank me later.
Yeah. So yeah, you can try it. You can try it. I don't approve of that deal, but yeah.
Don't approve it. You don't approve it for the CJ owner or the Cole owner?
The CJ owner, of course. I mean,
yeah, of course.
That's gonna be
Yeah.
hard to sell. I think that's gonna be hard to sell. The Cole for CJ trade. Yeah, Nurkic has been good so far. I mean, he's been in one of our worry players before, but yeah, so far, me, I'm happy. Like I said before, the expectations are lower now with Nurkic because he's not a second rounder. So, I mean, he's what, a fourth, fifth rounder, fifth round kind of
More
player.
than he's a sixth rounder at this point.
Yeah,
he's a sixth rounder.
No, but during the drafts, we picked him around fifth, sixth round.
Fifth, around fifth. Yes.
So I mean, it's not as bad as last year. I've gone through Nurkic of last year, and this year I think he's okay. He's doing okay.
I still think that they have to play him more. I hope they play him more because if he plays more, he's gonna be able to do a lot more.
Yeah,
stats wise,
and
because he's good. He's good. He can pass. He can steal. He can block. So there. I think they should play him.
On the Clippers side, Nic Batum. We've been talking about Nic Batum. You should be having him. I have him in a couple of leagues. Yeah, Nic Batum is as solid as they come, as they say. And I know, managers might be high on players like Terrence Mann, who last game played well, but today didn't play well. He's younger. We talked about that. But yeah, Nic Batum is older, but more reliable and has proven to be more reliable.
Terrence Mann should be held this week. But after this week, wait and see. He's not a must hold anymore. This week, the schedule is really good for them. So yeah,
Terrence Mann is just a deep league kind of guy, like in a 16, maybe in 18 team, right? You're gonna have him. Probably he's gonna be useful there, but in a 14 team league, I think he is as good as a streamer, maybe a streamer that you can hold from week to week, maybe depending on the schedule or the number of games. But
or maybe if he's hot, roster him for longer. But when he turns cold, you can drop him.
He's up and down. He's up and down. Like
he's
had some good games.
And they don't have Marcus Morris.
Yeah.
They don't have Marcus Morris, who's I think gonna be playing. It's gonna be transferring to the WWE soon, and doing some wrestling or boxing.
Meet the Jokic brothers.
Yeah,
and that would make for good TV. The Morris twins versus the Jokic brothers. But Batum is as solid as they come, and
hold guys, hold
on to him. He didn't even play. Yeah. Did he play 30 minutes today? I don't think he played 30 minutes.
No, I don't think so.
He didn't even play 30 minutes. Other Reggie Jackson played another good game. But like we said, like the quickie said, we know what to expect with Reggie Jackson, and there's really not much. You don't expect this type of game, right?
A lot of managers are selling their Reggie Jacksons, and a lot of managers are thinking about getting Reggie Jackson. And I believe if you own him, just keep him. If you don't own him, don't mind the big games. He's not worth your trouble. He's gonna be up and down also. The good thing with him though, he's basically a older version of Cole Anthony at this point. He's gonna get the shots. It's a matter of whether they make it or not. And then the other stats, since the team is missing some key players, they're gonna get the assists, they're gonna get the rebounds. Reggie Jackson is a high usage player, so that's good. That's the good news for Reggie Jackson. But like Cole, inefficient, and then defensive stats kind of missing. So there's that. That's why I'm not saying don't pick him. I don't trade for him. It's just that he should not be the reason that you agree to a trade in a 2-for-1. He should not be the reason. You should aim for a better player in 2-for-1 deals, I guess. The +1 should be a better player than Reggie Jackson. That's just what I feel.
And lastly, Isaiah Hartenstein was talked about in today's quickie. Player to watch.
Serge Ibaka got 6 minutes. Yeah.
He can contribute across the board. And not just the rebounding or the scoring, but he can, steals, blocks. He can do it.
Yes. And Serge, again, some people dropped players when Serge came back. And I don't know why. He's not been good for so long in fantasy. It's not just during the injury. Just before the injury, he was not anymore the Serge Ibaka who gets 2 to 3 blocks a game. So,
you shouldn't be too excited about Serge Ibaka at this point.
Yeah.
Right?
I think
you should not be. You should not get too excited. But at the same time, I think, going back to Hartenstein, probably a deeper league kind of speculative, but really just a player to watch for now in standard leagues. Right? All right. So that's it for today's quickie. We apologize for the bad connection, but we'll make it up to you tomorrow. The good thing is tomorrow we'll have another quickie, and on Friday, confirmed Q&A, live Q&A with Sir Eric Ong of Hoopball. So we're looking forward to see you there Friday 9 p.m. So that's it for our quickie, and we'll see you again tomorrow, guys. Bye.